just toss scars on a heart like you're never enough. Don't give up, just be still and find His will. Ooh. Jabula, Jabula, rejoice always in the Lord. Jabula, Jabula, let us find joy in this fight. Jabula, Jabula, rejoice always in the Lord. Jabula, Jabula, let us find joy in this fight. We rise, we fight, fight back free generation. We rise, we fight. Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Ubuntu. Life is hard, yes it's tough. Scars on our hearts like it never enough. Don't give up, just be still and find His will.
Salibonani, Linjani, Makadini. It's that time again when we get to rock your TV screens. Not for one, not for two, but how many hours, guys?
For 3 good hours, and I must say, Anna, that was quite an entrance. Last year we thought, oh wow, this girl can play the guitar. You left us dazzled.
Well, I wouldn't like to brag, but hey, you guys know that as children of Zimbabwe, we're definitely multi-talented. Singing and playing the guitar is something that I love doing.
Nivumelana Lawa girl, I totally agree with you. Girls are most talented if you ask me.
Oh boy, before this matter turns into a debate about boys and girls, let me quickly tell people why we're on their TV screens making so much noise.
Okay, let me do the honors. Welcome to ICDB 2026. Yes, it's the International Children's Day of Broadcasting, and we're coming to you live from our Pocket Seal Studios. Anaishi Nambro is my name.
Mina, Ibizolami, Ngulwandile Nyoni. And yes, as you can see, we have taken over the airwaves. So guys, Shalani Pansi, Garai Pansi, sit back, relax, and enjoy with us.
My lovely parents named me Adriel Sitole, and I'm delighted to be on your TV screens.
We opened the show with an amazing performance from yours truly, and I hope that my performance has given you guys just a hint of how much fun we're set to have today. Wandile, what is ICDB all about?
International Children's Day of Broadcasting, ICDB, was made by UNICEF in 1991. This event is celebrated on the first Sunday of March every year.
Broadcasters should air quality programming about and for children, and also allow children to be part of the programming process. So, take over.
Icho Kwadi Chocho. On a day like this, thousands of broadcasters around the world take time to participate in this holiday and celebrate it. They look for ways of celebration which will be unique and special as we are.
We have quite a jam-packed lineup. Tinebana bakawanda, silabantwana abanengi who have come from all over Zimbabwe to celebrate this special event with us.
As long as you're a child, this is your day to be a broadcaster. So have fun with us today. Today we are running under the theme
promoting a drug-free generation. Our choice, our future.
Sarunzo nderedu, ramangwana nderedu.
Ukukhuthaza isizukulwane esinganathiyo izidakamizwa. Ukukhetha kwethu ikusasa lethu.
Take over. Welcome aboard the ICDB cruise ship, where we as children take over the airwaves. Right now, I'm joined by Miss Fender, who is a qualified clinical social worker, and we're gonna know more from her what drug and substance abuse is doing to us as young people. Miss Fender, welcome to ICDB.
Thank you very much.
Let's go right into it. Why do people take drugs if they know it's bad for them?
There are many reasons why people take drugs. Social environment, they want to fit in, some of them, and the role models in their homes, they copy what they see, and some of them, because of the genetics in their bodies, the biosocial model says because of the genes, they are more susceptible if their parents, relatives are also taking drugs.
Thank you. Can someone get addicted the very first time they try a drug?
The answer is yes and no. Why am I saying yes and no? It's because yes, to some extent, depending on the drug and substance, and it's a no because it's uncommon. Usually, with repeated use, people can get addicted with repeated use.
Okay. What happens inside your brain when you take drugs?
Okay. There are what we call neurotransmitters in our brain, which carry the messages. It's a chemical reaction, and when we in our bodies, in our brain, there is neurotransmitters that are the chemicals that are GABA. There is serotonin. There's also dopamine, and those ones, they also react. It's not just confined to those three that I've mentioned. There are lots of chemicals that react when we take drugs, and the reaction is that they are produced in abundance, more than normal, more than the usual quantities, or sometimes they are less than the normal quantity, and they produce different reactions according to the individual.
Okay. If someone in my family has a drug problem, is it my fault?
No, it's not your fault. Definitely not your fault. People make decisions, people make choices, and you should never blame yourself. You are only there to support them, but you should never blame yourself, because there are many reasons why they take drugs. Some of them, they become dependent due to maybe medical conditions, some of them due to peer pressure, and lots of other reasons.
Can you tell just by looking at someone that they use drugs?
The answer is a no. However, there are some symptoms that manifest, but you cannot conclusively say these are caused by drugs. You may be in the field, yes, you see some symptoms that are known, that are most common, and present themselves with most individuals, but it's a yes and no also. But you cannot conclude clinically just by looking at somebody.
Okay. Do kids my age ever get addicted to drugs too?
They do get addicted, yes. However, it doesn't mean that everyone who tries drugs will is the guaranteed was going to get addicted. So young children and young adults, because their brain is not fully mature, they can become more dependent, and because they take sometimes because it's compulsive, sometimes it's due to peer pressure, and the brain is not yet mature. Yes, they do get addicted, but not everyone gets addicted because of taking drugs.
Okay. If a friend offers me something and I do not know what it is, what should I do?
Friends, if they ask you to take something that you don't know, you should never take it. This is not a point of debate. You should simply say no, and you never take something that you don't know. And there is no need to explain yourself in detail, but just tell them it's a no. I won't take this. I don't take drugs, and I don't take something that I don't know, because you don't know what the content is in those drugs.
Can people who are addicted ever get completely better?
People definitely do get better, but better is different for individuals or for families, depending where the individual has been through with the drug and substance use, addiction, and mental health issues. Because what it is sometimes someone is already staying on the streets and is not able to control. Maybe they are already in violence and aggression, and when they stop and start being able to control, it's better for some people. And then with some individuals, they expect somebody to refrain, to abstain completely. So it will be better for them. And some people actually get into full remission where they do take, but their body, they don't feel the cravings, they don't feel triggers. They've taken, but they are in control and are not taking at all. They are not using substances.
Okay. Why do some medicines from the doctor become dangerous drugs?
All right. Medicines do get dangerous because of use. If a medication is prescribed, there are issues that they should be monitored. There's dosage, there's quantity, and there's also the time frame where one is supposed to take those drugs. So the difference now becomes some of these medications become drugs once you don't comply with the doctor's instructions, because they cause different effects to the body, and because you are taking them maybe out of control, out of the quantities that they've been prescribed for your condition. So your body reacts differently and it becomes addictive mostly.
Okay. How can we as children help someone we love who has a drug problem without getting in trouble or making things worse?
All right. That's a very good question. You can help by talking to another adult, seeking help, sharing that information confidentially, and telling them that my relative so-and-so needs help. You could talk to a teacher, to a counselor, to a pastor. People who you know will be able to assist you.
Thank you so much, Miss Fende, for taking time to talk to us.
You're welcome. Thanks to you too.
That was Miss Eunice Fende, who is a qualified clinical social worker. Next up is Drug Report.
As we celebrate International Children's Day of Broadcasting, we as children have taken time to speak to our facilitators and hear their thoughts as far as promoting a drug-free environment is concerned. Joining me now is Miss Liwayo. Good morning, Miss Liwayo.
Good morning, Paris. How are you?
I'm good. I am the community connector here at First Choice, and I've got some questions for you.
Okay.
Question number 1. What resources are there in our community for young people who need help in substance abuse?
Okay. We've got quite a number of resources in our community which are meant to help those children who are suffering from drug abuse. We have a number of facilities in Harare. For example, we've got Angel of Hope, and we also have a Matrix Discipline Center, which is in Rua. So these facilities are meant to assist children who are affected and are involved in drug abuse. And besides those things, we also have counseling through a number of organizations countrywide as well.
How can families speak openly about drugs without making kids feel scared or judged?
Okay. First and foremost, I believe that communication is the key. And it's important that it's now time that our parents need to be educated as well about drug abuse. We need to take drug abuse as a sickness, just as we take HIV and AIDS. So there is need for open communication between the parents and the children. Let children be free to discuss whatever they are facing, to discuss their challenges, and that will enable us to alleviate the challenges of drug abuse.
How can students create a drug-free school environment?
Okay. In schools, children can engage in sporting activities. They can also engage in clubs like drama, music, and those things will help prevent the need for engaging in drug abuse activities.
Are there positive activities or programs that can help young people stay away from drugs?
Okay, we have got things like peer education, right? We have also guidance and counseling in school whereby learners are educated against involving themselves in drug abuse. So it's quite a number of activities, yeah, just to mention a few.
Thank you, Ma'am Sliwayo.
You are most welcome.
My name is Paris Chitsiko, reporting for ZBC News.
Good day to you all. I would like to thank you all for joining me here as the health correspondent on International Children's Day of Broadcasting. Some of you are wondering, what is International Children's Day of Broadcasting? International Children's Day of Broadcasting is a global event dedicated for protecting children's rights, welfare, and promoting international togetherness. Joining me now is Miss Taengwa, the grade 2 teacher, and I would like to ask her some few questions. Ma'am, can you explain how drugs and substances affect a young person's developing brain?
Hi Chantal, how are you? Okay, so basically we are saying the moment you start taking drugs, it immensely affects your mind. How does it affect your mind? We are saying drugs, they mess up your mind, right? The moment you start taking drugs, your concentration will be affected. The way you grasp new ideas, you won't be able to grasp new ideas, even other concepts. So we are saying the moment you take drugs, you start hallucinating. You know what hallucinating is? You see things which are not there. So your mind already is disturbed, already your mind is messed up. So it immensely affects your mind. The moment you start taking drugs, your mind will be messed up.
Okay, thank you for answering. The second question is going to be like this. What are the short-term and long-term health effects of substance abuse?
Okay, so we are saying drugs are very dangerous, right, to your health. That's number one. You're most likely to get chronic illnesses like cancer. For example, if you take too much alcohol, you might have lung cancer. If you take drugs like marijuana, they affect even the family dynamics. You won't be able to respect your parents. You won't be able to respect your teachers. You are affecting everyone around you. So we are saying the short-term effects is your family dynamics, your relationships with others is affected because of drug abuse. Then we go to the long-term effects. Death can be a very long-term effect of drugs. You take drugs, like what I said before, you start hallucinating, you feel you're in danger, yet you are not. You might end up thinking of suicide, taking your own life. So it's very dangerous to take drugs because they affect your life in a very bad way.
Okay. Are there certain substances that young people don't understand can be dangerous?
Oh yes, they are. We have alcohol, right? We might think alcohol is just a simple beverage or a simple drink, but we are saying alcohol has got long-term effects. If you take alcohol today, you might take it today, you are okay. You take it tomorrow, you are okay. But in the long run, we are saying you are affecting your body, you are putting dangerous substance into your body, like the health effects that I talked about. You are most likely to get cancer, right? So you might think alcohol is not that dangerous, but it is dangerous. You might take those cough syrups, right? You might think it's just a simple syrup. You take it today, and then you're okay. You take it tomorrow, then you think you're okay, but not knowing you're actually endangering yourself.
How does substance abuse affect a student's ability to learn and succeed in school?
Right, like I said before, Chantal, we are saying drug abuse or dangerous substances, they mess with your mind, right? At school, we need 100% concentration from you. So the moment you start taking drugs, your concentration is affected. You're not able to concentrate in class. Maybe you're hallucinating, you're seeing things in class. Your concentration is affected. And also, you might even end up dropping out of school, right? You're taking drugs, remember what we said, you might end up being stubborn, you are no longer listening to your parents, so you might end up dropping out of school, being absent in school. You're not coming to school, you're high, you're drunk, right? So we are saying the abuse of these dangerous substances, they immensely affect your academic performance because the mind is affected from the onset. So we are saying if your mind is affected, then you're not going to be able to pass even in class. You won't be able to pass. How are you going to pass if your mind is being messed up with those drugs?
Thank you, ma'am, for answering my questions.
You're most welcome, Chantal.
My name is Chantal Mtiko, reporting live for ZBC News.
I'm Tiara Magunje. I'm a grade 4 learner at Trusha Junior School. I'm going to recite my short poem on drug abuse. Drugs are bad. They can make us feel sad. They can hurt us. They can hurt our body. They'll make us mad. Stop drug abuse is the way to make you happy and always safe. Stop drug abuse. Thank you.
Makadini mose makaterera. Nasida umbokuitirai detembo rezvinodhaka. Nonzi Kenneth John Magridge from Ushai. Zvinodhaka zvinoyevedza, zvinofadza nguva diki chete. Asi kumashure kwazvo, zvinouraya upenyu hwemunhu. Zvinosunga upenyu hwemunhu. Zvinovhara pfungwa dzemunhu. Zvinosiya mhuri ichichema. Ramba zvinodhaka, sarudza upenyu hwemunhu. Ndatenda.
We have a message to the nation. It starts at break time. Just try it once, a friend will whisper. One try won't really hurt you, will it? From the busy streets of Harare to the road dust. From the combis to the schoolyards. Homework skipped, dreams delayed. Once a leader, once a brother, and once a sister. Bright child, what happened to you? But the answer is too harsh to hear. Dreams do not... Sorry. And I should continue. Drugs do not care about your dreams. They don't care about your future. They take away your time, your strength, and your focus. Then leave you drowning in the blame. Say no to drugs and say yes to your dreams. Because Zimbabwe needs you to belong. Choose to rise.
As youths, we have one choice. One choice, one moment. Break time, no teacher inside. A hand passes, disguised as alright. Drugs don't only destroy your future. They turn bright minds into stories of I was. Your education is your key. Your uniform is your power. Don't trade your tomorrow for fake beverage. Choose school, choose life, choose discipline and truth. Say no to drugs use, cause knowledge is power.
Signing out is Kayla Sawari, Form 4.
Along with Nyasha Kandon.
A pleasant morning to you all. My name is Tana Yeshechikaje. I'm a Form 2 learner here, and I'm here to present a poem. It starts as a joke, a just try once lie. Behind the classroom, as the bell passes by, drugs steal your focus. Your name, your dreams, from A's to regrets, from dreams to shame. You're more than the pressure, you're more than the crowd you see. Your books, your goals, your life, set them free. Say no to drugs, say yes to your dreams. Zimbabwe needs leaders which are focused and clean. Thank you.
Makadiko muri yeZimbabwe mangwanani ano. Dzidziso yekudzidzisa vana maererano nemamiriro akaita nyika nedrug abuse. Muchechi ndo munofanirwa kuti vadzidziswe zvakanangana neshoko raMwari. Nokuti chinosaka kuti zvinhu izvi zvizobata kana kuti zvipfuurire mberi, hatiwani mukana wekudzidzisa, kuva neplatform inotocreatwa kuti vana vadzidze kuti drug abuse zvakaipa. Tinofanirwa kuwana nguva nevana kuvadzidzisa chimiro chavanofanirwa kuti vararame uye nemaipiro akaita drug abuse. Tinotenda zvikuru nekuti president nguva dzese kunyangwe pavanofamba nyangwe even kumarondera kwavanga vari vakataura zvakare pamusana pedrug abuse kuti nyika haingafambi nokuti vechidiki ava ndo ramangwana redu, ndo zvimwe chete nekukereke. Isusu kana tiri vatungamiri vemakereke varipo nhasi tichatopfuura kwozouyawo vana vanenge vachiteera ivavo. Saka kereke ngadzishande pamwe chete nehurumende kuitira kuti tirwise nyaya iyi. Ratova dambudziko redu tose. Kunyange mukati mekereke kana mukasazvichenjerera, vamwe vana vanotouya kuchechi ikoko asi vachiita zvemadrugs. Saka zvotoda kuadhireswa nekudzidziswa kuti vana, isusu kuchechi kwedu tine department remayouth. Saka department remayouth iroro tinotori necoordination yemayouth throughout maprovinces kwatine mabranches kwese. Saka tinowana nguva yekuti tivatore vana vese ava tovadzidzisa kuti vanofanirwa kufamba zvakanaka sei, uye madrugs aya akaipira pai, uye anoparadza upenyu sei. Chokwadi matalents evanhu ari kuparara nekuda kwemadrugs. Ruzivo rwevanhu ruri kuparara nekuda kwemadrugs. Kuvana vacho vechidiki ndinoda kutaura ndichiti mwana, iwewe ida Mwari nemwoyo wako wose, nendangariro dzako dzose nesimba rako rose. Chechipiri ndechekumuudza kuti upenyu huri mukati memaoko ako, ramangwana riri mukati mepfungwa dzako. Mafambiro anoita upenyu ndo marongero aunoita zvichibva pamwoyo pako. Saka ndinoti kuvana vese, siyanai nezvenyaya yemadrugs. Hakuna nyaya yekuti ndoda kumbotesta kana kuti ndoda kumbonzwa. Zvose izvozvo ngazviregedze kuva pamuri, nekuti future iri mukati meruoko rwenyu. Ndo matauriro andingagone kuita kuvana.
Vamwe vakasiya nyika iende kutanga madrugs usaise upenyu wako Paris.
I'm here at Trusha High, which is situated in Chikomba district, and I'm about to ask the learners here what they think about drug and substance abuse. What's your name?
My name is Victoria Varashambamaro.
And what do you think about drug and substance abuse affecting the learners?
So, in my own opinion, I can say that they are really bad because it may cause school dropouts, because in class, let's say you are addicted to drugs, you can lose concentration because you'll be thinking about the drugs you are using at home, whilst you want to use them like right now. You can think about them and start losing focus on school and start dropping at school and skipping school sometimes on the week.
What's your name, young lady?
My name is Vashesavano.
And what do you think are the causes of drug and substance abuse?
Mainly the causes of drug and substance abuse start at school with peer pressure. I've been pressured with my friend, like my friend has been taking drugs. Now I'm forced to take drugs because I just saw that my friend is taking drugs. The other cause of drug and substance abuse is also neglect from parents. Like if parents don't take action to your needs or the situations you're suffering from, you can end up taking drugs just to stop thinking about the situations or challenges you're facing.
What do you think is the best way to solve this problem?
Like she said, one of the main reasons for drug abuse is neglect. So I think parents should give their children more attention and take better care of their needs. And she also talked about pressure. For this, I think young people should choose their friends carefully and report those who are taking drugs for them to get help and reduce the amount of people taking drugs.
As you heard what the learners had to say, I'm Anisha Maska reporting for ZBC News. Back to the studio.
He would tear it out. A drug abuse, and I could meet up on the tail. Cause you can't slowly. I just thought about it lonely. Didn't see, he would tear it out. A drug abuse, and I could meet up on the tail.
ICDB is what we're here to do, and the best part is we're coming to you live from advocacy studios right here in Highlands.
That's right, Anna, and we're running under the theme
Promoting a drug-free generation. Our choice, our future. Our next station is the Wonderland station, where she's on standby with a boy who's ready to take over the airwaves with his music. And the best part is he's singing about issues affecting young people. So like we said, children are taking responsibility and making the right choices.
You can say that again, Anna. Loandile, take it away.
Particularly problematic because our mothers and our grandmothers used to be the social safety net, but now they also cannot handle a person who is on drugs. They are surrendering them to jail, surrendering them to the police, and trying to find solutions. And that's where we ought to come in as the city, in trying to find solutions to these processes. We are working on various initiatives. Government has launched a national drug rehabilitation programs. The First Lady has worked with the city of Harare to build a rehabilitation center at Stoddard Hall in Mbare. We have also embarked on building rehabilitation centers all across the city so that we can rehabilitate those that are still able to be rehabilitated. We also need to create opportunities for the youth to be disciplined. We are going to be resuscitating sporting facilities, stadiums, sports grounds, swimming, and many other sporting activities that bring discipline, that allow children to express themselves and give them hope in terms of where they want to be and how they want to be as adults. But more importantly, we need to be able to catch and punish those that are killing our society.
A pleasant day to you all, ladies and gentlemen. The one standing before you is none other than Alicia Gotor and my colleague Tanyaraz Gamunon. Today we stand before you to address a very urgent and critical issue of drug abuse that is affecting our fellow students. First of all, what is drug abuse?
Drug abuse is the overuse of illegal substances, which include cocaine, marijuana, and overdose of medications.
What is causing children to be involved in drug abuse?
Negative peer pressure, bad advisors.
What are the effects of drug abuse?
Effects of drug abuse is that it can lead to lung cancer, mental problems, and early pregnancies. Also, there will be family fights. As for us children, we will be happy to see a family said no. So I are involved in negative peer pressure.
So, can you please explain to us how we can solve this issue?
We can solve this issue by bringing awareness.
Counseling lessons.
By making banners which say no to drug abuse.
As a community or a nation, we must try by all means to solve this issue as soon as possible. We thank you all for your precious time.
A marvelous day to you all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Natalia Shango. I want to present a speech about drug abuse. Drug abuse is taking in toxic substances like cocaine, heroin, marijuana, and glue. The causes of drug abuse are peer pressure, bad influence, and bad friends. The effects of drug abuse are kidney failure, lung cancer, and brain damage. How can we solve this? We can solve this by counseling, clubs, lessons from our peers, and awareness campaigns. Now I leave this precious time to my fellow colleague, Joel Magai.
A pleasant day to you all, ladies and gentlemen. And as you have heard, my name is Joel Magai, and I'm here to talk about drug abuse. Another dose, another death, another mistake, another step too far. Drugs are an effect to the future generation of leaders, heroes, and innovators. Why would you do that? Why would you risk your life? You are better than that. Why would you overdose cough syrup, yet other sick people can't even afford it? Why would you mix cereal with juice? Since when did the cows not produce? Let us help each other as us, the youth, face the nation. Thank you.
Salutations of the day to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Standing before you is Tatsunga Mpudzi, reporting live on ZBC from Lady Henrietta International High School. I stand before you today to educate you about drug and substance abuse. First and foremost, what is drug and substance abuse? This is the excessive use of illegal substances and drugs, such as cocaine, heroin, and marijuana. There are many local and social problems that lead to drug and substance abuse. These include peer pressure, unemployment, failure in school, and death of relatives. To add on, drug and substance abuse in Zimbabwe mostly affects youths and adolescents. There are many methods we can use to troubleshoot this problem. These include creation of rehabilitation centers, arresting drug dealers, guidance and counseling sessions, hosting awareness campaigns, and educating children in schools. In addition, drug and substance abuse affects and damages one's mental and social health. There is a wide range of diseases one can suffer from due to drug and substance abuse. These include mental illness, liver failure, lung cancer, throat cancer, and kidney failure. To add on, in addition, I urge you to stay away from drugs. Taking drugs does not decrease your problems, it increases them. For those who are going through this now, it's not too late to get rid of your addiction. Let's take a stand in our lives today and now and make Zimbabwe a better place. Thank you.
What's happening, Zimbabwe? If you're in the kitchen right now whipping up your Sunday specials, I think it's best if you turn off the stove because ziyachi salana. We are here up until 1200 hours doing what we do best, and this is not just a day to play, but this is our day to show that this is our day and we're in charge. I go by the name Ebenezer Matengambiri, but you can just call me Ben.
If you're just joining us, welcome aboard to the 2026 cruise ship of ICBD. I know there's some of you asking Chichocho. Now let me tell you what it is. The International Children's Day of Broadcasting is a day where children get to take over the radio waves and television and the airwaves. So today I want to thank you guys, the juniors, for taking over and handing us off on the first hour. My name is Shakana Ruimba Msusa and this is ICDB.
Yes, that's so true right there, Shekaina, and it's programming for children presented by children, and today is not like just any other day, like Naona Mabasa Atorwa Panam, because the first one was really amazing. Anyways, I go by the name Anna Tanyaras Gombazwa, and broadcasting is what I was born to do.
Alright, I totally agree with you right there. What am I about to get my microphone? Yeah, serious issue right now. And I'm thinking, good, what are the facilitators thinking right now? So, alright, thank you so much for making time for ZBC. It is the International Children's Day of Broadcasting 2026, and we are really super excited to be on your TV screens today. The name is Tanaso Judith Katawaliwa, but you can call me Sassy Ginger, and we're going to be with you till 12, right? And a lot of things are happening in the first hour. Loandile, Anaishe, and Adriel were actually rocking, and also our reporters were rocking as well. And yes, we're moving. And I think I want to do the jigger. Because the pace has really been set, and I don't know if we're gonna be living up to the standards. But you know what? I'm praying. But what I do know is that we are here up until 1200 hours doing what we do best. Isn't that right, Shikaina?
I totally agree with you, Ben. I am more than excited to be here on your TV screens on this beautiful Sunday morning. Just a quick recap of what ICDB is. International Children's Day of Broadcasting was brought to us by UNICEF in 2008, and the 1st of May, the date was later on changed to 2009, and since then, broadcasters have been taking the time to celebrate us children on the 1st of March every year.
Yes, that's so true right there. And remember that our theme is promoting a drug-free generation, our choice, our future. And right now, what's next on Square?
Alright, so they love drama. We love drama.
We love drama.
Exactly. So that is what we're going to dish out for you right now. And just know, Goody, there's going to be lots and lots of laughter. But just know that you also have to watch and learn, because we all know that drug and substance abuse is something that is affecting us as a youth. And it's up to you, could you also change the future. It could be right.
Yes.
That's right. So sit back, relax, and let's get to the drama.
What is this noise? Yes?
Just sitting in class.
Okay, I have a little story for you guys. Who likes a story? Alright, okay, let's keep quiet. Now, the title of the story is about your grades. Where your marks are. This is where your marks are. They're where they're not supposed to be. Ama-2K emergency. Murukutamba nechikoro. And your parents are struggling to pay your school fees. Tapiwa, I expected better. You have potential. All of you have potential. Don't waste it. This is unacceptable. What you guys are doing.
This is unacceptable.
Literature center. Atabo. It never rains, it pours. If pressure could turn into dollar bills, we would all be loaded, even paying rent per dinner.
Guys, I'm trying my best. Dirikuyetsa, but it's never enough.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Ooh, it's break time.
Risks associated with drug and substance abuse. Health risks, which are weakened immune system, liver damage, mental illnesses, lung cancer, and addiction. Social and
Bro.
What is that? Did you go on a security? Like, what if we get caught? Or even like, what about parents? What do you think were disappointments or failures?
So why did they make us? Because we are alone on us.
Guys, look at what you see.
What is that you're holding? Give me. Now, before I send you to the headmaster, I caught you. Let's go to the principal's office. Let's go to the principal's office.
Welcome back, and now we're going to be getting into a question and answer session with some students we have here, and with their teachers, and even a testimonial from someone from Batirapangwe. So back in the days, there were a lot of comedies like Gringo, Mchiro Afanza, Paraffin, the list goes on. But as Amatuke, we are here to embrace the beauty of drama and also here to talk on drug and substance abuse. This year, we're going to be running under the theme promoting a drug-free generation, our choice, our future. So I'm joined here by various students, and what we'll be doing, I'll be getting to ask them some questions, and they'll be giving us their answers. So what we're going to do here is simple. I will ask you all a question, and you take the mic, you answer, and you tell us your name and give us your answer, right? So my first question is, what do you think is making some young people curious about trying drugs or alcohol in the first place? What do you think is making some young people curious about trying drugs or alcohol in the first place?
So, my name is Kayla Sawari from Wilshire High School. So, what I think is making the young people take drugs is basically the environment and the people around them. Because if you see that the adults are leading you in taking drugs, obviously you'd want to take them because you think that it's very good since you're being led by an adult, maybe your mother or your father. That's what I think.
So it's quite, so you can say that it's some people allow peer pressure to take over them by adults or people who are role models to them in society.
Yes, exactly. That's what I think.
Okay. So our next question is, how much pressure do you feel from friends or people around you to fit in, and do you think that pressure ever leads to substance use? How much pressure do you feel from friends or people around you to fit in, and do you think that pressure ever leads to substance use?
My name is Sharon Chada. I'm also from Musha High School. I really do think that the pressure to fit in into a certain group can lead you to drug and substance abuse. This is because you see a certain group and you think that they are cool, and then you think that in order for you to fit in, you have to follow the things that they do, the ways that they follow. You think that you should also do that so that you can be a proper member of that group.
Oh, so you're saying that in today's society, when people try to fit in, they try to take drugs and substances to act like they are able to fit into those type of people.
Yes, that's correct, because most of the youth these days, they follow what their peers do. So they'll try to follow what their peers do in order to fit in that group.
Alright, thank you. Where do young people in your school or community usually first come across drugs, and is it easier to get them than most adults think? Where do young people in your school or community usually first come across drugs, and is it easier to get them than most adults think?
Okay, so my name is Joe Aurori. Okay, so I think that most of the young people in my community usually first see drugs in social media sites, because nowadays this is the social age. So with the television, the internet, most of us are usually on the internet. So that's where we first see drugs. Our favorite artists, celebrities, actors, they abuse drugs. And even in games, we usually play games. We see even in GTA games, these people are smoking, they're using different kinds of drugs. So upon seeing those drugs, the youths try to find way to get these drugs. So they look in various ways how they can find these drugs. So they end up looking for bases, people who abuse these drugs around them. So news spread in our community. So they usually know this base we find drugs, this place we're finding drugs, so they end up abusing drugs upon seeing those drugs through the social sites.
Yes, I like your feedback. So simply, we're just trying to say that the things we watch or the things we see in today's world can affect us in drug and substance abuse. You can try doing it following maybe your role model or something. And my fifth question is, when life gets stressful, whether it's school, family problem, or relationships, what do young people around you turn to, and is substance use part of that?
Good morning. My name is Chanel Matkanda. I'm from First Choice. So when life gets tough, people tend to turn to drugs, especially when succumbing to academic pressure. You know, like academic pressure is a lot to take in, and people usually resort to drugs. And also there's the cases of abuses which are going on in the society. People like or do not find people to talk to communicate to, and then resort to drugs. That's my contribution.
Yes, thank you for your contribution. So in schools there should be guidance and counselors to help children nowadays, because most children don't have people to talk to or people to turn to when life gets tough, and in the end they end up using substances, and that's not good for the growth of the community, right? And now my sixth question, do you think young people are getting enough honest information about the real dangers of drugs, or does it feel like adults are just lecturing without listening to the child?
My name is Miss Nazarasi from Nashia Primary School, and I think basically the parents, there is lack of parental guidance and supervision. They may have the talks with the children, but it's not enough. The child may not get enough time to communicate with the parent. So the child might find the drug or the substance as a way to relieve what or is actually burdening him on his heart. So basically children these days take drugs in order to relieve stress.
Okay, thank you. So, parents, you should find time to sit down with your children and talk to them on the negatives of drugs, because most of the times parents can just talk to children without knowing what's really going on. And now, my seventh question is, if a friend came to you and said they were using drugs to cope with something painful, what do you do? Is that an easy conversation to have, and how would you help them?
My name is Thelma Chamanga. I'm from National High Primary School. I think when a friend came to me asking what should be done, I think giving counseling, listening to her of what she's saying. Many things can happen. Many things can happen to her. So I think I should give an ear to her. When I give an ear to her, I listen to what she is saying, why she is using those drugs, because there are certain situations when a person uses drugs. So I'll give an ear to her when necessary. I think I should give counseling on that.
All right, I would like to help on that. You realize that at first we said there is peer pressure. And this person that we're asking about is a friend.
Yes.
And already this friend is having a problem. And as long as these kids are friends and then they're of the same age, sometimes you realize that they can't really help each other. So most of the time they need to talk to someone whom they can actually trust. So as children, we would actually recommend that if a friend comes to you and then they tell you that they've been using drugs because of certain issues, they would rather go to talk to a counselor. If not counselors, us as teachers, we can actually help that child. Because at the end of the day, drugs don't really seem bad according to the teenagers, because it's something that is cool. They love it. They like it. So at the end of the day, we don't think kids on their own can really counsel each other and tell each other that no, stop drugs, they're bad. So there is really need for adult intervention when it comes to drug and substance abuse. And at the same time, we also talked about parents not doing enough. Yes, because there's this idea that parents are busy. We're hustling, we're looking for money. We need to provide for these children. We actually don't have time with these children. So at the end of the day, these children, one, they are lonely. They just don't have anyone. So rather they get into drugs and stuff. So we think that parents at the same time should actually come into the lives of their children. And then there's also the idea of location. Where you stay contributes so much on how much you are likely going to use drugs. For example, if you are staying in places like boarding schools, and then there is big searches and stuff, you realize that access to drugs is very, very limited compared to someone who's staying in Mbare, who's staying in Highfields and stuff. So even the location. So it's also an eye-opener to parents. If you're staying in those kind of high-density suburbs, we really need to take a look at our children and make sure that we understand what they're going through. We have time with them. We open up to them. We just don't open up to our children because they are drugs. We start when they are young, as they are growing. Be friends to your children so that they're able to open up to you. Even as teachers, in as much as we are only there to teach them, but most of the time we're also local parents. We need to understand them. Be friends with your children so that they can actually open up to you.
Thank you so much for your contributions, and now we'll be going over to one of our friends here from
Batira Pangwe.
Yes, from Batira Pangwe, and he'll be sharing with us his testimony on what happened to him when he faced drug and substance abuse. Good morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you for having me.
Give us a little background of yourself and tell us your story.
Okay, my name is Charles, 29. Where do I start, man? I'm a university graduate. I actually go to work and the likes. But my story with drugs actually started when I was still in high school. There's a question that you asked earlier where you were saying, is it easier for kids in school to get drugs? Back in the day when I was doing my high school, would easily just sneak out of school and then go to my shop, so on totenga doro, we bring it pachikoro, and then we start drinking the vanhu wanatanga influence vamwe. So access to drugs nowadays, especially in schools, vanhu vanoita zvemadrugs, vanotengesa madrugs, they actually know kuti zvikoro is sort of like a market for them. So they are actually targeting schools. You find kuti close to my schools akawanda panenge paine vanhu vanenge vachitotengesa madrugs. Back in the day kune vanhu vataitoti you go to them wompa dhora, wompa $5 womuti mudhara chimbonotengera zvimbwa, oenda unotenga doro uya naro pacampus. So access to alcohol, to substances and to drugs is I mean, like, it's easy to access those things. And that was that for me when I was still in high school. So you find it started with alcohol. Then as I progressed with life, when I went to university, I started smoking my cigarettes. From there, I started trying weed. From weed, I started trying my cough syrup, broncle, codeine and the likes. And there's another question that you asked, when the pressures of life, why are young people turning to drugs? So what happened in my case, or what I've seen happen to other people who have fallen victim to my substances is, unogona utanga iweyo my substances iri peer pressure and wafurirwa nemafesa ako wadai and then you are introduced to them. But the older you get manje, wakuzonyatsa kupinda mu real life situations, ndopo vanotozotanga kusangana nemamwe ma situations ekuti you feel like you cannot cope. You know, you feel like ndafuira kuchikoro, like I didn't do well at my A levels. I was okay, but I didn't do as expected. Ninya kuti tata kuti amskanzwa time yacho tata ma hapa you find. So you find kuti my results angu were not as what we expected. So I was supposed to go to uni out of the country. I ended up having to settle for going to uni here in Zim. Disappointed my family and the likes. So those things now, as you grow older, they start to pile up. And kana uri munhu akambotry madrugs nema-substances, in the back of your mind unongozvitozi ndikamwa doro panapa for a moment zvinhu zvindogona kumbozvikanganwa, ndikaputa mbanje for a moment ndinogona kuita zviwindi zvekuita I'll get the courage to do what I need to do. But the problem with doing that now is that becomes your coping mechanism for life. So you find that the older you get, the more problems you start to get. You have already established, in your mind, my coping mechanism is my drugs and my substances. So then it then progresses, it then grows in a person. And that was the case with me. As I grew older, as I started to get into adult life, things started to go bad from time to time, and I would always turn to my substances, to the point where it was even hard for me to cope in general situations. If I had gone to someone and talked to them, this is what I'm going through, we could have solved the situation. But in my mind, reaction yangu ndeyekuti rega ndinomwa doro kuti ndi suppress what I'm going through. So that has been my journey. So until a certain point, my family started to see kuti something is wrong with this guy. We got into conversation, we talked, and then Dovandazo, that's when I went for rehabilitation. That's how I went to Mubatira Pamwe, and that has been really helpful to me in dealing with my condition as an addict.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. So what would be your message to the youths of today to not take drugs?
I mean, man, these things, they seem cool when other people are doing it. You think it's cool to smoke, you think it's cool to vape, because that's what everyone is saying. That's what everyone is trying to portray. But I will tell you from my experience, it might be cool, but you are ruining your life. I don't know how to say this, but if you are getting into these things, you are ruining your life to the extent that you might actually get to a point where you can never get it back. Some people have lost their lives. I've seen one and I'm putana ombanje in vakupenga izvezvi They're actually walking in the street naked. Some of them are in prison right now. Some of them almost lost their lives nekuda kwema-substances. So in as much as it might be cool or anything, I think kuti chinhu chiri cooler than zvinhu izvi is being the exception. Iwewe, I think it's actually cool now that I'm looking at it. I think it's actually cool to just not be a part of the population of the group that is doing these things. Look at it. I think that's actually cooler than being part of this group that is doing these things that are ruining their lives. So just as you are, my guy, as you are, you're cool like that. You don't need anything else to enhance that. You're just cool the way that you are.
Thank you. So that was Mr. Charles from Mubatra Pangwe and our students here from various schools, and we just had our discussion. And thank you for coming through to ICDB 2026. I know this has been an eye-opener for all of you. So after this, we're going to be getting into traditional dance, and after that, we'll come back to Tanatswa with a special guest. So stay tuned for that.
studios, and it is the National Children's Day of Broadcasting. And if you are just switching on your TVs right now, remember that is International Children's Day of Broadcasting 2026. And right now, I'm joined by beautiful young ladies and boys, and yes, of course, it's Nema adults at Tibatsira. And I'm gonna just let them introduce themselves and see what's gonna happen next. So I'm gonna start with you, my little brother.
Hello everyone, my name is Surakwasha Muzono. I am 13 years old and I am Form 2 at Russia High School.
Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Keith Saramunda from Munashe Private High School.
Well, thanks.
Good morning everyone. My name is Mufarasha Mputa, a Form 4 learner at Munashe Private School.
Good morning everyone. My name is Caleb Medziwe from First Choice Private School.
Hello everyone, my name is Anishimaska from Wisha High in Form 1.
Hi, Zimbabwe. My name is Tanisa Mapira. I'm 13 years old at First Choice Private School.
Okay, maybe we can just hand it over there.
Alright, hello everyone. Zitarangu Dinonzi Tendai Philip Daka, the licensed clinical social worker from Batrapang Rehabilitation Center.
Wow, and we're only left with one. Maybe you can say?
Hello everyone, my name is Farai Maru, age 21. I'm a client in Batrapang, doing my 6th month at Batrapang.
Okay, maybe your voice is just down. Maybe I can help you. You said you are?
My name is Farai Maru.
Farai Maru.
Age 21.
Age 21.
I'm a client at Batrapang, doing my 6th month.
Okay,
no.
That's so interesting. And thank you very much, guys, for taking your time to be here and celebrating International Children's Day of Broadcasting. And the topic that we are about to discuss is very sensitive, informative, and as well educative. And we are going to dive into a topic that is effects of drug and substance abuse on physical and mental well-being. And effects or drugs or the effects and one drugs. We are talking of their physical body and we are talking about their mental well-being, like okay, so the first question is what are some of the common reasons why teenagers start to take drugs or alcohol? And muchishona ndrukuti chichi no konzeresa kuti ma teenagers or vechidiki vatange kuda kutora zvinodhaka even in our society.
One of the causes of drug abuse in teenagers can be my teenagers they succumb to a lot of peer pressure and the easy access to drugs or family history with parents that actively are drug addicts, and also the broken families. A lot of trauma coming from child-handed families can cause teenagers to engage in drug and substance abuse.
Okay, interesting. Anyone else? Maybe I'll take one.
Mainly, teenagers abuse drugs just because of the type sometimes it may be a cause of peer pressure, as she said, and I'd like to notify you on that too, because peer pressure can cause a lot of bad stuff. Sometimes in this circumstance it's about drug and substance abuse, but mainly it affects some other challenges, because in school it may make you want to join some gangs which may not be very good.
Okay, interesting. So I think I'm just gonna come to you, say, and as our youth advocate, what would you say? What are some of the common reasons why teenagers want to start to take drugs?
I think the major one, they have highlighted it, peer pressure. Yeah. Then some of the reasons, they might not be familiar with them, but in the fara pani muskana taura kuti family history yekutora zvinodhaka. Kana uchibva kumhuri kune vanhu vaishandisa zvinodhaka kana vanhu vari kunetsekana neutano hwepfungwa, you also at risk yekushandisa madrugs. Then toenda psychologically, pane issue ye-self-confidence. The reason why munhu achizoita give in to peer pressure inyaya yekuti haana confidence pachezvake. Vamwe ndivo vanhu vakararama upenyu hwekusangana nematinoti matraumas. Upenyu hwanga hwakavaomera vakasangana nezviitiko zvinotyisa. Koita vamwe vokuti akatokurawo achistruggle nenyaya abuse. Then socially they also highlighted kuti exposure and easy access to madrugs ndozvimwe zvinokonzeresa dzimwe nzvimbo dzati tichigara we normalize taking madrugs as if you are taking water.
So I think ndirankobvunza ipapo. So can you say that drugs and substance abuse can be hereditary?
Wongo zvinotofambawo neropa sekutapurirwa kunoita zvimwe zvirwere. Yes.
Okay, that's so interesting. So maybe I can come to you. You are one of the former drug addicts, and I think you can enlighten to us what really happened to you. What made you start to take drugs and alcohol?
Inini zvaandita kuti nditange kutora madrugs ipeer pressure kuchikoro nyaya yoda kunzi unopisa nenyaya yekuti unenge usina exposure nezvinhu zvinodhaka nekuda kuexperimenta stereo. So inini pandakatanga madrugs ndandiri ku-secondary school ndadzidza kuRenthouse. So shamwari dzangu dzaitora madrugs. At the end ndakatanga kutora madrugs. Paitwa maservice day tenda takadza kuchikoro ndakatanga kutora madrugs.
So said, and we are glad that makadzoka mugwara rakanakisisa. And I hope that your friends, we are going to take them with you, right?
Yeah, and ndishazama kupandura.
Okay, so now pane ma-issues anechekuita ne-anxiety, depression, trauma. Does that link to substance abuse?
Certainly. Anxiety, trauma, neglect zvese izvi zvine chekuita kuti munhu agone kutanga kushandisa zvinodhaka. Ngataura panyaya anxiety. Munhu wese anoita anxiety. Whether chinhu chauri kuita wachijaira kana kuti hauna kuchijaira, and anxiety inolinka mostly with nyaya level of confidence. Kune umwe munhu wekuti hagone kutaura pajekerere pane vanhu, hagone kuita zvimwe zviitiko nenyaya yekuti pane vanhu. Saka anopedzisira akutanga kutora madrugs so that anomupa that sense of confidence. Koita vamwe vekuti neglect. Neglect ndeyekuti someone angasiri kuwana proper attention or care from either relatives or parents. That void iyoyo, it's a natural human need. You need someone, you need to belong. Saka with that sense of belongingness or without that support or care, vamwe vanopedzisira vakufila that void nekutora zvinodhaka. Then abuse marwadzo pachawo. Vanhu vakawanda are being abused, whether musikana kana mukomana, and they are taking madrugs yawo so that vanonyaradza marwadzo iwawo. Saka kune umwe munhu anoti kuzviitisa achiona munhu achitora madrugs, asi kwaari ari kuti am self medicating, zvichita zvimishona kuti ari kunyaradza marwadzo. Ari kuzama kudzimura pfungwa dzinenge dzichimushusha panguva iyoyo.
Okay, wise words right there coming from you. So, personally, I come from a society where drugs it's very, it's not easy. And I really want to understand, and I think maybe I'll first ask you guys, Katie, what are the warning signs? Like, unaona say kuti munhu uyu akwara drugs, like the first signs, unozviona sei?
Okay, so I think, how can I notice could this person is under the influence of drugs?
Yes.
Change in behavior. Let's say, for example, myself, I'm a quiet person, I just do my things, and I'm not very, very social. But then all of a sudden, I'm shouting, I'm doing stuff, hitting people, just changing my behavior.
You're just being violent,
yes,
maybe?
being violent, yes.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, if a person is on drugs, you noticed that person tends to distance themselves from others. They start taking their problems on their own, believing that because of drugs they can do it. Those people, I think, I believe there's a saying that says, when someone pushes you away, it is when they need you the most.
Okay. Maybe
another sign of abusing drugs, you can others may experience some cases of psychosis kuchopenga. In most youths vanoshotanga kupenga because of drugs, and kanori munhu they performed well in school waigona uchikoro, unotanga some concepts that came naturally to you unotanga uchitadza.
Okay, so ndakuya kwamuri mukoma wangu pamakatanga kutora zvinodhaka handiti ndeapi ma-warning signs amakatanga kuona kuti aiwa zvinhu zvandava kutora izvi zvava kukanganisa behavior yangu, like mareasons ese anga achitaurwa aya, is it true zvinotoitika here if you are a drug addict?
Ichokwadi inini ndandava violent, ndanda kuti chero ndikanzi mukoma ndanda kutsamwa kuti munhu aunditire mukoma ndichiri mwana, ende ndanda kuhallucinata, ndanda kuona zvinhu zvisipo, ndopedzisira pacho ndakazoendeswa kurehab nenyaya yekuti ndanda kuhallucinata. Ndo zvimwe zvakandiita kuti ndione kuti ndakukanganiswa nemadrugs.
Okay, so how are you finding it now kurehabilitation kwamuri?
Ndakuona zviri right zvokutodaro because health wise ndasimba, mentally andihallucinate.
Okay, that's so interesting. And for those who have just joined us right now, we are celebrating International Children's Day of Broadcasting, and we are tackling a topic that is drug and effects of drugs and substances on our physical and mental well-being. So now, there are common myths. I think this question is for you. There are common myths that are being said about drugs, which is not true. What are some of the myths?
All right, thank you for the question. Mama miss, mamwe tinomaziva from time immemorial. So afana nembangi, kubva kare wochikura tangonzwa kuti mbanje dzinoita kuti munhu agone chikoro azhinji. Takura tichiona vakomana vangu vachigona mesi ndivo vanyanya kutora mbanje, but asi true. Chero shona yedu inotudza kuti kana kangoma kakuririsa kane kakuda kuparuka unenge wakuzvikwadza. Then nowadays vechidiki vari kutora madrugs akaita sana vape nanashisha. The myth iri behind that vanofunga kuti it's more cool, haisi harmful, and it's an alternative for cigarettes. But scientifically, one puff yaunotora yevape kana shisha, the nicotine iri present is equivalent to nicotine iri present mu 20 cigarettes. That's a box of cigarettes. So you can only imagine the harm. Then also, when into my parties, they don't believe that there is no fun, there is no joy without alcohol, which is a prevalent myth, because you can be happy, you can be excited, you can have fun without alcohol. So no myths are equal.
Okay, back to you, brother. And up angoma myths makaona kuti vanhu vanongotaura zvema-drugs but havamazivi kuti ma-drugs anodai nekudai.
Dzimwe nhema dzinotaura ndezvokuti guka ipengezi, guka rinopengeza, ndo imwe yakandiita kuti ndihallucinate, nembanje ndo dzimwe dzakandiita kuti ndihallucinate.
So what led you to seek help? Zvanga zvasvika pastage ipi chaichai?
Zvaita kuti ndisike help ndezvokuti ndada kuhallucinate, ndanda kuita rough kumaparents angu, ndanda kupindura moms wangu rough, ndo zvimwe zvakandiita kuti ndisike help.
Okay, so guys, I hope that you are learning. And please don't take drugs. Don't
take drugs.
Thank you very much. So ndeapi amwe nzvimbo dzekuti let's say kuti ndasangana nedambudziko rema-drugs ndakuona kuti it's now getting out of hand, dzipi nzvimbo dzamungandiadvise as a teenage kuti ndinokwanisa kuwana rubatsiro rehabilitation?
All right, thank you. In terms of rehabilitation, government yedu iri kuita effort yakanyanya kuti pange pane rehabilitation facilities dzinenge dziri pedyo. Kune nzvimbo dzekuti munhu anoenda uinstitutionalized, anenge achinorapiwa achigara ipapo. For now we have Wilkins Rehabilitation Center yakavhurwa manje, tine yakavhurwa naamai, Angel of Hope. We have Chipadze in Bindura, tine Kwekwe, it's still an outpatient service. We have Chinotimba in Victoria Falls, nemamwe ari munzvimbo dzakasiyana-siyana, like we have Marondera yakavhurwa manje pa National Youth Day. Koita ma-private rehabilitation facilities anokwanisa kubatsira vanhu zvakare. We have Mubatira Pamwe Rehabilitation Center iri kuMount Pleasant Heights. MuBelvedere tine Mubatira Pamwe Drop-in Center. Iyi private voluntary organization inobatsira vanhu vanonetseka neutano hwepfungwa uyezve nedenda zvinodhaka mahara pachena, munokwanisa kuenda munowana ma-free counseling service. Then tinewo friendship bench. Friendship bench inowanikwa kuma-primary health care facilities akasiyana-siyana. Vanobatsira zvakare nehurukuru dzekubatsira vanhu vari kuneseka nema-mental health issues including denda rezvinodhaka.
Okay. So pama institutions esamataura, do we have like those rehabilitations for free? Because vamwe tinobva nzvimbo dzakasiyana siyana, vamwe vataura kuti ma-family issues vamwe ndotobva kwekutoti hatitokwanise kuwana, ndofunga kuti kutora ma-drugs zvinokwanisa kundibatsira. But then nyaya rehabilitation, you're supposed to pay a certain amount kuti ukwanise kubatsirwa. How best kune amwe ma-rehabilitation centers ekuti tinokwanisa kuendesa munhu asina zvikwanisiro?
Wongo, sekutaura kwandaita kuti hurumende iri kugadzira ma-rehabilitation centers akawanda. Vana Wilkins, it's for free. Chipadze Bindura for free. Angel of Hope for free. Chinotimba for free. Ese government hurumende ari kurapwa mahara. Asi chandingada kuti ndi highlight ndechekuti it's not always the case kuti munhu wese ari kustruggle nema-drugs needs rehabilitation. Vamwe vanotobatsirikana nema-counseling services. Ndopandambotaura ndikati tine mubatira pamwe private voluntary organization iri muBelvedere inobatsira futi mahara pachena nema-counseling and therapy services iwawo.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe one last question. How best can we protect ourselves from from drugs and substance abuse?
All right, thank you. Ndingada kupa yambiro kune vechidiki. Ndoda kuti vazvide, vazvinzwisise, vazvinzwire. Muchirungu ndiri kuti love yourself, know yourself and have compassion.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe just to Kapis, what advice would you want to give from people who are just watching you right now?
If it is to be, it is up to you.
Wow, powerful words right there. And remember that it is International Children's Day of Broadcasting. And up next is a poem from Lenas.
Welcome to Future Focus Reporter. I am Kudapasha Gati and diving into the threads of shaping tomorrow. Teaming up with me, it's Mr. Chaniwa. Welcome, Mr. Chaniwa.
How are you, Kudapasha?
I'm fine. How can saying no to drugs now help us to achieve our future dreams and goals?
Okay, thank you, Kudapasha, for joining me in this event. Primarily, I would like to tell you, youths, that saying no to drugs, it is the first bold step that a child has to take. Because once you say no to drugs, you have opened the doors to the brighter future of your life. Why do I say so? Because drugs, if you take drugs, they affect your mental development. They can also affect your focus. They can also affect your decision making. That's why you end up seeing people being in the hands of the police. It is just because they would end up making wrong decisions under the influence of drugs.
What peer pressure tactics should we watch out for and how should we resist them?
Okay, peer pressure, it is one of the most influential thing which might be negative. Usually it is negative in most ways because some friends, they can try to convince you that take this because everyone is taking them. So as a child, you have to say no always. And some, maybe you might be in a good friendship with your friend, and then that friend might say, if you don't take drugs, we will end this relationship abruptly. But there's nothing like that. It will be a lie. You have to say no to drugs always in order to protect your future.
If someone has made mistakes with drugs in the past, is it possible for them to recover and have a bright future?
Absolutely yes. There is a high possibility of someone who has been in drugs to recover and be in a normal state, in a normal condition, and then you can reconsider and reshape your line of life, and at the end you will end up being positive and achieve your aspirations in life through counseling. You have to confront or to approach the professional counselors, and then you can restart to build your life.
What message would you like to send to students about staying safe and drug-free?
Okay, thank you, Kudawashe. Lastly, I would like to say that I would like to send this message to the youths that you should not trade your possibilities in life with something which is temporary, something that can pass in a matter of days, something that can also affect your life. Because once you take drugs, there are long-term effects that can affect you in your life, like chronic diseases. At the end, you might have brain damage. At the end, you might suffer from chronic diseases. So I would like to say you have to focus on your studies. You have to focus on shaping your future, because the future of the youth is bright without drugs.
Thank you, sir.
You are most welcome, Kudakwashi.
My name is Kudakwashe Gatsi, reporting for ZBC News.
Good morning. Today we'll be discussing on how our school protects us from drug-related risks and fosters a safe environment. I will address 4 important questions. Here with me is Miss Kamtunga. Good morning, Miss Kamtunga.
Good morning, Nelly. How are you?
I am fine. I have a few questions for you. What safety measures does our school have to keep us drug-free?
Our school offers frequent awareness campaigns on drug abuse. We also offer monitoring within our school, and we also offer informational services on drug and substance abuse.
Thank you for your answer. If a student finds something suspicious, who should they tell?
If one finds suspicious drugs around the school, they should report to a trusted teacher, a prefect, or directly to the school administration.
How does school work with parents to educate families about substance abuse?
The school frequently sends informational messages to parents. We also involve them in our awareness campaigns, and we also hold teacher-parent meetings.
What happens to someone who breaks our school drug policy?
Some consequences are to be faced by someone who breaks the rules. That is, they face disciplinary action, that is either expulsion or suspension, and also even legal action is to be taken depending on the depth of the issue.
My name is Nelly Mukuze, reporting for ZBC News, and I am proud to serve as the safety reporter for our school.
Greetings to you all. I'd like to thank you for joining us as we are celebrating International Children's Day of Broadcasting. You must all be wondering what International Children's Day of Broadcasting is. Well, it is a global event dedicated to protecting children's rights, welfare, and promoting international togetherness. Joining me now is Mrs. Madumo. Good morning, Miss Madumo.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Yes, you can go ahead.
So, what are the most common signs that a young person might be experimenting with drugs or substances?
Okay, you can notice sleeplessness, unsteady behavior, even the attitude of someone, the way someone walks. We can tell that this one might be using drugs.
Okay. How can students help a friend they think might be using drugs?
They can take their friend to the teacher, to an elder, or maybe to the counselor, so that the child can go and get tested for drugs and can also get counseling.
What should we do if someone offers us drugs at school or in the community?
You should refuse the drugs immediately and report that person to an elder, be it your teacher, your parents, or an elder that is near you.
Why do you think some young people start using drugs in the first place?
Young people might start using drugs as experiments to experiment what it feels like to be using drugs. They might also be going through a lot of stress that they cannot share with their friends or anyone, and they might also start to do drugs.
I would like to thank you all for taking your time to be with us as we are celebrating this special event. My name is Chevin Simanegari, reporting for ZBC.
We run with the theme of promoting a drug free generation, our choice, our future. These learners have decided to go far and beyond to show us that there is a lot you can do to keep yourself busy.
My name is Disen Miranda, and I'm in the Horticultural Garden, one of Usha High's projects. And here I've got a center pivot right here. From the middle to the other left, it's 15 meters, and all in all, the length is 30 centimeters, and from its width, it's 10 meters. And it can be used for smallholder farmers, like in this small garden. And it started in 2015, and this was bought in 2025. But later, between that time, we once used drip irrigation and a watering can. But because our land is terrain, it's sloppy, we couldn't use that anymore. That's why we use this drip irrigation. So the advantages of it is because it reduces labor and it reduces time. The amount of time used to water the plants is quite few, and it can also be used. You can apply fertilizer in the tank, and it can be used for fertigation. We can just irrigate and apply fertilizer at the same time with this type of irrigation system. So a center pivot is a mechanical irrigation system that rotates around a central point, as you can see from this. It can facilitate water throughout the whole plants in the garden, and it can be moved from one point to another. Once it's here, if you are certified that it is done watering this part, this section, you can move it and water the other section. Okay, so it's got a handle to move and some wheels to move it throughout the whole garden. So our center pivot right here, it irrigates all the plants like cover right here. We've got in the horticultural garden, we've got okra on the other side, we've got tomatoes, we've got cabbages, and we've got peppers. It is really efficient, but it is also its challenges. It is challenging to install and it costs a lot of money, but from here it's really small. On a large scale, it really costs a lot of money. So that's all I can tell you about the center pivot.
My name is Tana Nyashechikaji and I'm a Form 2 learner at this school, and I'm going to be talking about the broiler production project. So we have some certain problems which are being solved. For example, we produced our own in ready meats, and we have no loss of meat since we started the ones which we need, and also there is low risk of power cuts. We also dry chicken manure and bedding for cattle feeding, and I would like to take you to a quick brief history about how the project started. The project started in 2022 and we produced about 200 to 300 chickens at a time, and also the school administration has no worries about buying meat for learners' consumption elsewhere. We also have several agricultural learners which laid their hands on this production. We also sell these chickens to our local community, and we also use the manure, which is enhancing vegetation production in the school's garden, and the manure is also used in biogas. And then we have certain problems which the chickens may face due to they can be affected by lameness, whereby they can't stand or move, and also they can be, due to heat, they can be affected their lungs, which cause them not to move at all. But we also have problems. We also have the problems which we also have the solutions which can solve these problems. For example, proper ventilation and proper nutrition to our chicks. We also provide space and ventilation for our chicks as well. And also we have the feedings, which are the broiler starter crumbs, the broiler grower pellets, and broiler finisher pellets. And these chicks right now, they are 3 weeks and they are Cobb 500, that's their breed. And we also have the Phoenix Stress Packer, which is an aid management for stress and dehydration. We also have the kgs. We have 4.5 kgs as of 10 weeks, and also have 1.8 kgs as of 6 weeks.
I want to welcome you all at our free range pig production. At first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alan Tomba. I'm Form 4 scientist. So, at next, I want to tell you the history of this project. This project started in 2020. The project started with 10 pigs. 9 of them were sows and 1 boar. So when we're talking of a boar is a male pig. Then a sow is a female pig. We venture into free range pig production. The reason was to make use of leftovers from the dining hall, and also to make use of water from girls' bathing rooms for the pigs to cool themselves. Furthermore, these free range pigs, they are easy to feed, and they are also disease resistant. The school is benefiting a lot from this project. The school is getting lean meat. The school is getting lean meat, facilitating a variety of protein dishes served to our learners. In the past, the school had no meaningful ways of disposing residues and leftovers from the dining hall. The community at large, its members are getting employment via this project. So, at this project, with challenges and, let me say, advantages and disadvantages of these free range pigs. At first, allow me to tell you the advantages of this project. Advantage number 1, these pigs, they are disease resistant. Number 2, these pigs, they are easy to feed as they eat leftovers, residues, plant roots, tree roots, and the grass. Number 3, these pigs, they provide us at school. They provide us with meat, and the meat has less fat as they are mobile. They move around this area. So let me go to the disadvantages of this project. Disadvantage number 1, these pigs, they need a well-fenced area for them to not dig out. Disadvantage number 2, there's need for shade to prevent direct heat to the pigs. Disadvantage number 3, these pigs, they cause land degradation. As you are seeing here, there's land degradation. There are diseases that can affect these pigs. Number 1, we have respiratory syndrome. Number 2, we have lice. And yeah, that's all. Then these pigs, they don't like, let's say, litter in this area. Saka tikuti idzi nguruve hadzidi kuti muno muzare muplastic. maplastic, marara, because dzokwanisa kudya marara dzikaafectika. Then hadzidi futi kuisirwa fence like mukati muno madzinotambira, because mukadzisira fence dzinokwanisa kuidestroya futi. So the type of this breed, it is the crossbreed of a warthog and a landless pig. So is zvinotibatsira isusu kuvana vechikoro kuti tinokwanisa kutanga project kana tapedza chikoro, and it is a source of income. So isu vana vechikoro takutoziva ma-advantages, ma-disadvantages ne type of feed needed to feed these pigs.
Every vegetable they harvest, every garment they complete, every animal they raise, these are acts of resistance. They are declarations that say, I am worth more, my life has value, my future is bright. Because when we give the youth the tools to create, to grow and to build, we give them the power to choose life over drugs, hope over despair, and success over surrender. One project at a time, they are not just fighting drug abuse, they are cultivating dreams, raising hope, and growing into the leaders our communities need.
It is still the ICDB 2026 right here at Pocket Hill, Harare, coming through live in our studios. Thank you so much for making time for the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. And we are in that third and final hour, but we're not done yet because we still have some discussions that we have to unravel, and hoping that you enjoyed that is happening. That's the football crew, and also you were inspired, right? And like I said before, we do have a conversation that we're going to be having. I do have my friends in the studio, and they're going to help me unravel a conversation on how we can use social media as a tool to be some drugs in the societies and also around our youth. So this is a conversation that we're always having. We should say no to drug and substance abuse, but we do have to agree that social media has been playing a big role when it comes to our lives, and sometimes it could disadvantage. And because of that, in some countries the ban a certain age, but also this is the age that's supposed to be using social media, right? But today we're going to be talking about this one, how we can actually get to use social media as a tool to prevent the use of drug and substance abuse. And joining me, we do have an expert right here. His name is Fungai. He said just to Fungai, right? Because yeah, it is the ICDB. And I do have my friends here, and I can get to introduce them. We have Shallow, we have Nyasha, we have Abide, we have Liyen, we have Kim, and we do have Munashe. And they're going to help me unravel the conversation right here that we're going to have, right? So to start off with, I think I can start with Abide on this one, right? So how can platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, how can they be used to spread awareness about the dangers of drug and substance abuse?
Okay, these platforms can be used as important tools to create a drug-free environment. So we should share.
You can actually speak in. So we have 16 languages.
Okay, so we should share resources like helplines, numbers. We should share educational materials and other ideas on how to create a drug-free environment. So to those who are not struggling with drugs, we should offer ideas, advices on how to remain resilient and build a strong human being.
Okay, all right, thank you so much. And I think I can direct this one to Shiloh, because when I got here, I felt like maybe you can be someone and post that content on social media. So yeah, I judged you, and that's okay. So this one is directed to you, Shiloh. So what type of content, maybe the videos, testimonials, is most effective on social media for educating young people about substance prevention?
Alright, so as we know, nowadays we have Instagram, right? Most people watch reels on Instagram, which is quite time consuming, right? Literally everyone is on Instagram nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think Instagram reels can be the number one content which people can use to like know how to curb the issue of drug and substance abuse.
Okay.
And we can also have movies, dramas, like on YouTube. Literally everyone has, let's say, data, Wi-Fi, or access to YouTube. So yeah, we can use that, and music too.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. And I see, Kim, you have your hand raised. All right. And while she's doing that, I think I can actually get to give you another one. But of course, just add what you want to add.
In terms of using social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I think there's also this thing which is called digital activism, right? So
Okay.
basically, you can make short films, you can create like funny comedy reels, videos. You can post them on TikTok, and you can also post them on X, which was formerly like Twitter, and just put like various hashtags, say no to drug abuse. You can also mention different organizations, different platforms that also help with this cause. And I think that's how we can use social media, especially when it comes to nowadays. I think she mentioned the thing about every young person using Instagram, right? Like posting on Instagram, mentioning those organizations, it makes people aware, and also just like showing effects, everything, just raw content of everything that has to do with the effects, causes, and how to prevent the use of drugs and substance abuse. And I think it's gonna be helpful.
No, okay, it's really gonna be helpful.
Yeah, it
And
is.
I'm not sure if you did your research or you just know this stuff. And because of that, I'm gonna ask you this one: how can influencers and celebrities use their platforms responsibly to discourage drug and substance abuse? Because kazhinji kacho ndiwo vari kutoposta vaping with alcohol and all. So how can they use it to responsibly help to discourage drug and substance abuse?
I feel like celebrities or social media influencers, right? We all tune into different influencers such as Kim from TikTok, Tamak. We have Denzel. These are different social media influencers, right? I think what they can do is that in their content, right, when they're making their videos, whatnot, they can collaborate with organizations. They can collaborate with even ZBC, ICDB. They can collaborate with different platforms and different organizations in order to just push the narrative that we want a drug-free environment. We want a drug-free generation, and I think that's how basically we can use influencers and celebrities to push that narrative in the society.
Interesting.
Thank you.
All right, and Leanne is holding that care book. Okay, can I say something at least? So of course, of course you can say something. All right, so Leanne, this one is directed to you. In what ways can social media campaigns create a supportive online community for individuals struggling with addiction?
Okay, as we all know that many people are nowadays using social media. So as we all know that social media can connect people from different places. Like for example, there are some people in this world, and those people, they are people who know it inside. They don't know about drug and substance abuse. So as we all know that social media can be of help when it comes to drug and substance abuse. We can have for example, we've got these channels, there's online groups that people will be discussing on drug and substance abuse. Like for example, if we make like our channel, we can teach those who do not know or understand drug and substance abuse, and can help those who are endangered and those who can be warned on drug and substance abuse, because they need a platform, they need a way, another way to just let them be and know what is wrong on right on drug and substance abuse. That's all I have to say.
Interesting. Thank you so much. And Menashe, you want to add?
I just wanted to add on to a little bit from what she said. Definitely the goal should be making these help organizations accessible to different types of people, because we have marginalized groups that might find the drugs more accessible than these helplines. So I feel like with social media, we can promote these things. We can make it easier for someone to just click a hashtag and it will lead them immediately to someone talking about an organization that can help them and stuff like that. So I think making these helplines more accessible and emphasizing on these helplines would really help for people to feel like, okay, I can get help easily, then I can compared to getting help from drugs and substance abuse. So I feel like making them accessible is definitely key.
All right, so I think all of you should wear glasses because you're smart, right? But speaking of glasses, I think I also need like prescription now, because the whole time I was trying to read the Toastmaster Club. What? President? Okay, I thought maybe I needed new glasses, but anyways, the question is directed to you, Nyasha. And it's how can schools use social media to promote drug-free lifestyles among students?
Well, through social media, schools, I think it's best if we use it as a way to organize awareness campaigns. You know, these days, social media is mainly the main thing that is affecting our generation, to be honest. So I feel like if we fight fire with fire, we can actually turn against drug and substance abuse. And by that, we can do many things. We can host clubs, we can host sports activities. And using those online platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, I feel like we can actually, as a community and as a school, we can actually fight against drug and substance abuse using social media platforms.
Believe that all of you are on social media,
Yeah.
and you girls also mentioned about hashtags. So you jumped onto someone's question, so I'm going to direct this one to you because most of the times when I get to use my hashtags, I'm doing it so that pushika and then I get more likes, but haven't necessarily thought about because like these are my hashtags about drug and substance abuse, which is something that I should consider as well. So this one's directed to you, Manashi. What role do hashtag and online challenges play in promoting anti-drug messages?
Thank you for the question. Hashtags push whatever it is that you're trying to get out there. So when you have a hashtag, it'll make it easier for it to reach certain groups of people. It'll make it, I guess, popular or go viral. So I believe that if we have hashtags that have something to do with drugs, something to do with helping people leave that scene of drugs, I believe that we can make them go viral. We can, if everyone is using the same hashtag, we make it go viral. If you post a video with that hashtag, you make it go viral, you make it reach so many other people. And I even believe with challenges that have gone viral and stuff like that, I believe that if you just have that hashtag, you don't have to be exactly talking about drugs, but maybe it's a dance video and then you have the hashtag maybe no drugs, let's stop drug abuse and substance abuse, and someone will just, that video will reach people, they will see the hashtag, grow curious maybe, and then explore the world of no drugs and substance abuse. So I believe that definitely hashtags and challenges like that can help when it comes to just like stopping drug abuse and substance abuse.
Because your friends were nodding. Are you guys doing that though? Because you might be trending for the wrong reasons, right? All right, so we do have Fungai here, and maybe you guys are just wondering, because Fungai is just sitting here watching the kids talk. What about him? So of course we do have something for you, Fungai. And when it comes to counseling and a lot of things, because Trungwata would say no, but what are we doing to the community? So how can social media be used to connect individuals with professional help, counseling services, and also rehabilitation centers?
Okay, thank you so much. My belief is that social media plays an important role, because sometimes it's not about waiting for people to approach you to come to my session on a physical level.
Yes.
But I can share information from a counseling point of view. Like normally I use my WhatsApp to share messages on mental health.
Yes.
So each and every day, every morning, I share a message, and I've been getting some quite impressive responses from other people that just commenting and say, wow, your message today was so touching. It helped me a lot.
Okay.
So it's very important for specialists, special counselors, to know that we can use social media. It's not about paying. It's not about getting money from offering a service, but it's about putting the message there. So let's rise up and put a message. Unfortunately, I wanted to throw a spanner to say that when we're talking about social media, most people, they want something that is paid.
True.
They want so many views,
Yes.
so that they can reap some rewards. That's why people, I think they will say, if I share something to do with drug and substance, there are no people who can open up, who can read, and I cannot get anything. That's why tikuona vanhu vachikoda kuisa zvinhu zvingori fani zvinonyadzisa zvinoita sei nokuti ndo zvaunofunga kuti ndo zvinovhurwa nevanhu ndikaita maviews akawanda ndawana mari, and that is taking us backwards. If social media was something, if we are putting things that are positive on social media, I think we can do better when it comes to fighting drug and substance abuse.
All right, so I don't know, this is actually your personal question.
Yeah.
I don't know, level dark humor, it's up there, but I just want people to laugh, right? So am I posting things that are bad because I usually post memes? Is it helpful in any way? Because the reason why I post, I just want for someone to have a good day and smile and laugh, but after Tango's humor, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
that's the challenge that I want to put across. That now we need to add value. When we're talking about changing and helping people, we need to add value. It's not only about laughing.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's good that you need a lighter moment.
Yeah.
But I think most of the times, let's say, the things that I'm posting on social media, are they adding value to someone who will open and read? If we stick to that, I think we can win a lot of young people to stay away from drugs, because I think this is the challenge that we have, that we want young people to stay away from drugs. And let's put out messages that add value, to say when she is alone, when she opens that message, when he opens that message, you say, wow, I think I need to stay away from this.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, with social media, it's good and it's bad, and especially when it comes to misinformation. So, what are the risks of misinformation about drugs on social media, and how can they be addressed?
The risks are quite high, and there are quite many. And I think what the unfortunate thing is that when people were taught, or when social media came among us, it just came. And we don't have time to sit down and say, my girl, my boy, this is 1, 2, 3. You need to, when you go to on social media, you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why, again, I think as parents, I'm talking from a parental point of view.
Okay.
From a parent, we atitozivi social media yacho.
Yeah.
Ndinongoziva kungoenda kungovhura WhatsApp yangu nekuenda paFacebook pangu, but I don't know much the information that these youngsters have.
Okay.
They're even ahead than their
We are.
parents.
We are.
Yeah.
And all right. So speaking of parents, right? All right. So I wanted to know, how can parents help when it comes to social media? So I think just to wrap it up, because of our time, you can just tell us what can they do.
So I think we need to have some restrictions when it comes to social media usage. To say, kumba kwedu tinotongoza kuti munhu anoenda paWhatsApp kusvika panguva yakati, anoenda paFacebook panguva yakati, from that time yakati takumboita zvemabhuku kana kuti takuita zveprayer. So it's always important to say you align and you assign a timetable for your child to be on social media.
True.
Although we know kuti now kuchikora again they are also using these gadgets, in terms of academics, but always make sure that you supervise your children, you supervise your kids in terms of using these gadgets.
All right.
And be there as a parent. Try to learn the basics. Aikunongogara wakasara kumashure.
That's true. That's true. And thank you so much, Fungai, for sharing your expertise. And thank you so much, guys, for coming through. We do have Kim, Munashe, Lien, Abide, Nyasha, and Charlotte. Thank you so much for coming through. And hoping that you also learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things right here. And thank you so much also for making time for ICDB. We're not done yet. We still have more coming through your way. But how about right now we hear the beautiful melodies from Teenwood High School.
wega kuzodzidza pano iwe wakauya wega kuzodzidza pano iwe wakauya wega kuzodzidza pano iwe
We're still celebrating ICDB right here on ZBC TV. If you're just joining us, don't be sad. We'll still have 1 or 2 things for you to enjoy. Isn't that right, Ebenezer?
You are spot on, Adriel. But one thing, there's something I can't shake off my mind. Performance here attender is still shaking in my mind, and I'm very happy that I got an opportunity to see her up close. I know that the viewers at home would have wanted to see her up close also.
Oh yes, I know that Landile and Anna will be talking about that until next year.
Well, I can't blame them, because if it was for me, I would also be running up to get a picture with her, and it was a nice experience. So, what do we have lined up now?
I totally agree. So where's our next stop?
So we're going to be learning how to dance the traditional way and the contemporary way. So we're going to be showing you some dances. Let's get to the dances.
Say no to drugs, dirty. Say no to drugs, we need dirty. Say no to drugs, dirty. Say no to drugs now. Mageta yote okubata zvinodhakanda. Ngoti dai makosi enu mabasa. Tasvika taxi uele musasa. Kana kuti vachaita zvizaza. Ingori yambiro yangu ndiri mwana mudiki. Vamwe vafanana tindovapinzawo muchiki. Ngaambozive kuti ndomupinzawo kadiki. Kana kuti ndenda kuna ngwere vokadiki. Vari kupengeswa nemadrugs. Vanombouya vachienda kwana chaksi. Vachingota zvadzisiya imadrugs. Mageto yutira masiya madrugs. Kune vanhu vakupenga nemutoriro. Kune vanhu vakupenga nemutoriro. Kune vanhu vakupenga nemutoriro. Kune vanhu vakupenga saka ndoti. Say no to drugs, ndoti. Say no to drugs, ini ndoti. Say no to drugs, ndoti. Say no to drugs. Mwari ndivesere ine mari yandinozopawo shamwari. Vamwe vanongoti nyeyo pandari vachindinyochita ndodana natari. Mama, mama, imambiro yangu mama. Mama, mama, imambiro yangu mama. Andive ndakaita izvo zvematraksi. Vamwe vanondinyaya vana chaksi. Vachitafunga kuti ini ndiri baksi. But handisi huko handikototi baksi. Vamwe ndinyoyo vandinyamkohoho. Vamwe imbwa vanongonditi hoho. But ngoma idzi handibove. Arbachano inzwai ndoti ichoti choti. Panoona vachiuya kunonana bloti. Vachitaura shiti, vachiimba chiti. Ndopa vachaona ndoyamisa ritiriti. Yaungole anobuda neparitiriti. Ngavazive kuti ngoma vachaimba chiti. Kana kuti ndovaisawo mumuti. Ndopa ndavarova vana vavakunga sauti, 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 sauti popota. Ndopa vachaona vachingopopota. Vachidana vana mazvikokota. Ndopa vachaona kuti ngoma iri popota. Vanombotaura zvavanoda. Vachifunga kuti ngoma ndichatopoda. Vachindavavudza kuti vanenge koda. Vachizaza pusi vachitongondikota. Ngavazive kuti ndauya ndinaketa. Ngoma ngobva vandipa kukoda. Ngavazive ndenda kupota. Kana kuti ngoma ndichisota. Ndiri kusota ndiri pabati, ndiri pabati, ndiri bati bati. Arwachanodanza mineri mati, ndiri seti, ndiri seti, ndiri kuti ndiri deti, ndiri bati, ndiri seti, ndiri keti, ndiri. Arbachano ndikati, arbachano, arbachano da. Arbachano hapana kana chanoda. arbajano arbajano da doba wajamona kutungo mandita na mbida ndegati arbajano arbajano da arbajano arbajano da arbajano arbajano da doba wajamona kutungo mazajo ndi mambida tek tini nikupiza mabizare mwana kaiba
guys, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed ICDB. Anasha Nambro is my name.
It's been an honor being on your TV screens for a whole 3 hours. Let's do this again next year. Adriel Sintole is my name.
Ngithemba ukuthi wherever you are from in Zimbabwe, you have played your part in promoting a drug-free generation. Ini newe tunebasa, mina lawe silomsebenzi. It is possible, but it surely begins with me and you. Mina ngulwandile nyoni.
Indeed. All right. You and me, Tinebasa.
Yes.
And that's something. And we're not just saying no to drug and substance abuse. But did you see Adriel? He's going to come back and say and do that again. But yeah, hoping that you did have an amazing time and got to learn 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 things.
And also I've learned that I didn't know that we have got free rehabs here in Zimbabwe.
But it's rehabilitation. We have 16 languages and that's okay. I use official. But yeah, we also had amazing performances. Drama, we were also learning. And then we were surprised. I was expecting a
I wanted to sing actually, but you guys didn't let me.
You
heard me. I was literally singing. That's not the dance though, but you get
but still, you can just dance.
I don't know why I'm Faramako, but anyways, it's fine. Thank you very much, Tinder Chinks, for coming through. And
Nkole saying no to drugs.
Yes.
And then these two decided not to come and vibe to the song because they know they're stiff.
I was maybe we can give them the flow.
Say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. I can dance.
It's okay. It's okay. But
I dance on my part. At least you know I'm not stiff.
All right.
I hit the gym a couple times a week. You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'm looking at Sylvia right now. She was quiet the whole time, and she was, at least you know I'm not stiff. But so are you stiff? So are you? Can you do a dance move? Sit it right there. Yeah.
At least your hands can move.
All right, that's Sylvia and Duna, and she's been with us from the beginning. That is from 9 up until now. And a huge shout out going to the crew behind the scenes. And a huge shout out to Mem Tendai.
Yes.
And a huge shout out to I call
the boss.
I call her boss, my love.
Boss, my love.
Yes.
You call her.
Yeah. What do you call her?
I just call her.
All right, her name is Adiola Chiango, and a huge shout out going to you, Adiola. And also to everyone who was watching, thank you so much for making time for YGT. And that was the ICDB 2026. And we're going to be having another one in 2027. And remember, the first Sunday of March. And it's definite that Tanya and me are not going to be here next year. So this is the reason why we're talking a lot.
Yeah, the last words, the last few words.
I feel like crying.
No, don't. It's okay.
You can cry. It's okay to cry. You're not a gangster. It's okay.
We can.
No,
we can.
I'm a gangster.
The thing is, you're now too old. So it should be now given to the young ones, the newer ones. Exactly, the free.
This was not a platform you
if you see what
don't expose us.
Of age.
Don't expose us.
You are old.
No, it's okay. But honestly, it has been a huge experience. We started in 2022, right? Up until now. And yes, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And who do we have? Who do we have before we get to our goodbyes?
Anna Sinyerazo Mazura.
Ebenezer Matengambiri. Shakina Rimbam sister.
All right, and the little ones get to come. And yes, I am Tanata Judith Katawaliua, and we've been coming to you live from our Pocket Cell studios right here in Harare. But you can call me Sasa Ginger, and we're gonna go ahead an amazing one. Oh, of course, with the crew behind the scenes and us has been amazing. And yes, we're gonna go from us. 2026.
Guys, about that.
Say no to drugs, dirty. Say no to drugs, we need dirty. Say no to drugs, dirty. Say no to drugs now. Mageta yote okubata zvinotaka ndangoti dai makosi yenyu mabasa. vasvika tanzi wele musasa kana kuti vachaita zvizaza ingori yambiro yangu ndiri mwana mudiki vamwe vabvanara tindovapinzawo muchiki ngaambozive kuti ndomupinzawo kadiki kana kuti ndoenda kuna ngwerevo kadiki vari kupengeswa nemadrugs vanombouya vachienda kwanacha CBCT